This is going to be game week 22 predictions. Last week I got 8 points, taking me to a total of 124 points. This week we kick off with Newcastle versus Bournemouth. Newcastle, they smacked Wolves with Isak getting 2 goals and an assist. In my opinion, Isak is the best attacker in the world. And that includes wingers, strikers and wingers. I think he is the best attacker at this moment in time. As for Bournemouth, they honestly were lucky. Semenyo got a pen, which Kluivert converted, and then he got a shot off where the angle was very tight. So they have to thank Semenyo for that game, which got them a draw. But for this game, it is at Newcastle Stadium, so it's going to be hard for Bournemouth. I think it's going to be a 3-1 win for Newcastle. West Ham versus Crystal Palace is next. West Ham took advantage of Fulham and their mistakes, which, got Potter his first win. But I had to comment on that formation. I don't know what it was. It was just a bunch of midfielders and then Kudus, a winger, and no striker. So it worked for them, but I didn't know what he was going for. And then there's Crystal, who beat Leicester, which was the expected result. Not much to say. They all had, decent performances. But for this game, I don't think West Ham is going to be winning this one. Even though they did beat Fulham, I think they got lucky. Crystal are getting better by game. So I think it's going to be a draw here. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Brentford versus Liverpool is next. Brentford had a sloppy first half against City, but then they clutched up towards the end. Wissa got a goal, very composed type of goal. He didn't panic right there in front of the goal, even though the ball was like bouncing around and whatever. He still put it in, and they got their draw. As for Liverpool, they dropped more points. We love to see that, as always. The way that they saved a point was through Jota getting a header. I don't know how this guy does it. This dude's 5'9" and he gets headers nearly every game he's playing. As for this game, it is at Brentford's home. They do better at home, but this is Liverpool. Liverpool's gonna win. It's gonna be 2-1 for me. Leicester versus Fulham is next. Leicester, like I said, they lost to Crystal, but they honestly have some chances, but none of their players could really put a goal away. They have good players, but none of them were finishing. I don't know what the issue was there. But for Fulham, their issue was defensively, a lot of mistakes. Pereira giving the ball straight to Soler. That led to the first one. Anderson with his header backwards, but put, I think, Kudus on the break. That led to the second one. And then Leno not clearing the ball and getting dispossessed. That was the third one. Horrendous from Fulham. I don't think they'll do it again. I think they'll fix up and they'll go on and win this game. I think it's going to be 2-0 to Fulham. Arsenal versus Villa is next. Arsenal, who faced the Spurs, they got a confidence boost in that game. Really, it was one-sided the whole time. Arsenal or Spurs had nothing in the game. Trossard got himself a goal, someone who I think has been over-hated. I get the hate for Havertz, I get the hate for Martinelli, but Trossard, chill on Trossard. But then their set pieces continue. The fact that Arsenal fans in the stadium, you can hear them. Every time there's a corner awarded to them, they cheer like they won something. It's embarrassing, cringe, stop it. As for Villa, they struggled, like I said they were. But they're lucky enough that Everton don't have shooters, because if they did, they honestly could have lost some points there. And like I said, Villa are struggling a little bit recently, but they're getting their results. Don't think they'll get the result this one. I think Arsenal's going to win 2-0. Forest versus Southampton is next. Forest, defensively, again, very, very good. Sells is a beast of a goalie right now. I don't know what possessed him. I think for sure, he is the goalie of the season for at least the Prem. And also, I think top 4 is a guaranteed for them. I don't see them slowing down unless a big injury happens to one of the center backs or Sells himself. I see them finishing at least 4th. And then there's Southampton. They had it in their hands. They got their first goal. For the majority of the game, it stayed 1-0. And they were pushing for their second one, especially against Euro, who was getting smacked around by Sulemana, I think his name was. But it didn't come through, and they ultimately just folded and conceded 3 somehow by the same player. Put multiple players on him, see out the draw. But no, you let him score again, and then you let him score the third one just to rub it in your face. It's stupid from Southampton. And this game, I think they're going to get punished once again. I think it's going to be 3-0 to Forest. Everton versus Spurs is next. Everton actually played some ball. I expected them to be defensive, but they were actually going at Villa. It was a back and forth game. Both teams had their chances, but again, Everton just don't have shooters. Calvert-Lewin is not that guy. They need a striker this January if they want to stay up. And then there's Spurs, another stinky performance. Gave me false hope after the Liverpool game. I thought they were going to win this one, but nope. They were complete clowns in this one. Kingsley, the goalie, horrendous debut. I don't know what got into him. In the Liverpool game, he was good, but this one he was complete opposite. Can't count on Spurs to do anything for us. And in this game, I don't think they're going to get a result either. I think Moises is going to have more time with his players. It is going to be at Goodison Park. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. United versus Brighton is next. United were rescued by Ahmad, getting a hat trick very late in the game. I think he had 3 shots and all 3 went in. He's really coming in clutch for them in certain games, but I can't let the United fans go happy. Euro got cooked. One of your youngsters did good, the other one got massacred. And then there's Brighton, who finally win a game, I think after like 7 draws, something like that. They finally win a game. Maybe that's going to push their confidence back up, but it was Ipswich, so maybe not too high. For this game, I think Brighton are going to go back to their drawing ways. It is at Old Trafford, so I'm going to say 2-2. Next up is Ipswich versus City. Ipswich, in their game, absolutely nothing. Very boring game. Their counters weren't working. Delap had a very bad game. Everyone in their team had a bad game. As for City, they gave me false hope as well, just like Spurs. We were up 2, and then somehow we folded as well, and conceded 2. The problem with City right now, I see it that we just aren't hungry. Our boys are not hungry. De Bruyne is not hungry. He tried to do a lot of the passes he usually does, but they were not coming out, and he sort of did not care. Holland is just a waste of space at the moment. We did get some signings for this January transfer window, but they're not gonna help us. They don't make sense at all to me. I don't know. For this game, I just don't see us doing anything. Ipswich are probably gonna come at us. I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw. Next up is Chelsea versus Wolves. Or last game is Chelsea versus Wolves. Chelsea drew against Bournemouth. I think that a big issue was Jackson not finishing his shots, bro. Like, come on. He had so many, not so many chances, but he had chances to put it away. Very bad from him. I think he's in a rough patch right now, so he needs to get out of that. But they did get a goal through Reece. He's already back and already scoring, but he needs to stay fit, and I think that's a big task or a big objective, I guess, for Maresca. If he can keep Reece fit, they have a great player in their hands. I think Reece is best right back by far, but he just can't prove it. As for Wolves, they had a whole lot of nothing in that Newcastle game. I thought they were gonna at least score a goal, but Cunha didn't start from the beginning, and Cunha is like the only attacking threat when it comes to like bigger teams. So a whole lot of nothing for this game. Chelsea, they look dominant against Bournemouth. I think they're gonna stay dominant against this Wolves team. they were against them in the reverse fixture, smacking them about. I think for this one, it's going to be 3-1. And those are my Game Week 22 predictions. Tell me what you think in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe, and thank you for watching.